Welcome to Beyond Measure. I've not ever seen this technique used before, but if you're like me, you want to try to do things in a very time efficient way. So let's go ahead and stamp with the stamps in question, which are Verve. And we're going to scan this piece of paper, this image, into our computer so that we can bring it into Make the Cut software through the pixel trace. Before importing, I checked the texturize and blackout features. Don't fear because it wasn't the correct size. Size the outline edges to 8.5 by 11. Select entire image and break apart. Delete the lines from around the image and select those that you want to copy and paste and create more of, making sure not to resize because you need them this perfect size to stamp upon. And cut with your amazing zine from Click and Cut. These are some labels and embellishments that I purchased. They're called Yours Truly by Echo Park. I brought them into pages and sized to the size in which I needed. You'll notice I'm doing multiples of most everything because this was our project for our Valentine craft event. To create the Z card, create a regular card shape and then fold back the top portion in half. My card is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch card, and the mat that we just cut was 3 3/4 by 5 inches. For this black and red little mats, the measurements are 1 3/4 by 5 inches. And now we get to dry emboss it in the Unisex Damask embossing folder through the Texture Boutique embossing machine. Let's accent the embossing with the silver Faber-Castell metallic gel stick. Rub it in with your finger just a bit, and then after a few moments, it will have set. Stamping with the clear Versamark onto my little black sentiment mat, we're stamping with K. Andrews. It's Valentine's stamp set from 2012, and it says, I love you. Sprinkle the zing white embossing powder and heat. Then embellish for a chalkboard effect with a Crayola white colored pencil. This is the tonic distressing tool. I really love the effect that it gives to everything. I distressed each and every bit of the card. And then I inked it with distress ink in black soot and festive berries. Hi, it's Tammy with yourbeyondmeasure.com. Thanks so much for watching. This is a tutorial on a card that we used as a sample at our Valentine craft event. I apologize. Please forgive me for not having all of the footage. I honestly don't know what happened to all of it. I think I accidentally deleted it. and amongst all of the wonderful, joyous hustle and bustle of Valentine week. Once most of the basic mats were adhered to the card, oh, and by the way, I did not adhere them all the way to the edge because I knew that I would be sewing some of the edges. I used a zigzag stick. I used this zigzag stitch in black thread, and I used a straight stitch and this, that, and the other. But on a distressed card, I prefer to not try to make the stitching look just perfect. I like it when you might back up and go forward but not right on top of each other. I think that gives it a really cool jazzed look. So anyhow, want to let you know that I did do some stitching, and don't be afraid of stitching on a card. At our Valentine craft event, we had some girls that don't ever sew learn how to sew on the card because it is very forgiving. And next, you'll need 4 little circles, something in which might self-heal itself if you poke a hole through the circles. So poke a little hole through 2 of the circles. Silver wire is 20 gauge and it's too heavy for this wiggle wire effect. You'll need something smaller. Take a piece of wire, wrap it around a pen or pencil, trim it to the size in which you would like to have, poke it through your little hole, crimp it, and hot glue and sandwich the wire in between the 2 circles. I really love doing this project. It had a lot of versatility. I hope you can tell by the picture as to what I did. I'll try to tell you verbally because, well, I sent that card to my son, and so I don't exactly have it in hand to be able to show it to you. So, let's see. First off, on the on the little love, and I think it was love and kisses part on the paper, I ripped it and I inked it just a bit, and I used that in the background on the very front of the card, and then I placed the red on top of it. I curled the corner, which you'll be able to tell in the picture that's gonna be in the video here right after I get finished. And I also placed some little square close to my heart brads in the bottom of the embossed red paper on the front. And then let me see, what else did I do? Oh, just going off of memory here. Let's see. Then I used some baker's twine, and I did 3 strands, I believe, of baker's twine, wrapped it around the red, and used a little heart, a metal heart from orientaltrading.com. This little heart charm says made with love. Oh no, I didn't do that. I didn't put one of those charms. I used a Tim Holtz charm, and it said journey on it. Oh, how could I forget? Sorry about that. I guess I was so thinking about those heart charms. Anyhow, let's see, next I placed the little chalkboard atop of all of that, and I used the little Echo Park label with the freight train on it. I tore off a bit of it and inked it because, for using the whole thing was just a bit much, and so I needed a little bit smaller, and since it's a distress card, hey, it works. Almost anything goes, right? So I put that on, and then I used a little Tim Holtz little tag, well, ticket, not tag, and it said trust. And so basically the theme of the card was to trust the journey that the Lord has you on, and that I love you so much. And so that was for our son. And now it's time to get your archival ink out again, along with the Rock-a-Block and the die cuts in which you created with your stamps by scanning them into the computer and bringing them through Make the Cut. Sometimes your stamping will turn out perfect and others not so perfect, but that's okay, it's still time efficient. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask, because I love to help people, and I don't get many questions. You are so very special, and I hope that you had an awesome Valentine's Day and that you were able to create lots of awesome, special memories. So until next time, be blessed beyond measure. Bye.